If you want to let go of the past, you have to truly forgive yourself and forgive the people that hurt you.
If you hold resentment and a grudge, it's heavy on you. And it could affect your daily life, moving forward, your next relationships, tapping in internally to heal your pain. That is gonna help you elevate.
Think I could reverse and go back? Heck no! Working on forgiving ourselves, that's what's gonna set us free. And once we set ourselves free, we're gonna have a clear mind, a clear mentality, and a clear vision of where we want to go. I believe that it's always best to write it down, because when you write something down and you have it planned and you see it and you manifest it and you believe in it and you work towards it, things really truly happen. And you're not gonna feel motivated every day. It's not about, oh, have that motivation. No, it's true, because being motivated is having a feeling. You're not gonna feel that feeling every single day. The real butter to it is being disciplined.
Leaving the past behind, embracing the future with confidence. What's up, everybody? I'm Ray.
What's up, guys? I'm Candace, and thank you guys for tuning in on Flowing in the Truth.
This episode is leaving the past behind, embracing the future with confidence.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Because I feel like a lot of us, we're still kind of stuck in the past.
Instinctually, we're meant to remember trauma, hard times, so we can prevent ourselves from getting killed. That is engraved in our DNA.
Yep.
To have that response.
Speak it, honey.
We do hold on to a lot of our past experiences, but in a modern society, we don't necessarily need to hold on to the past like we used to. I want to hear some of your experience on this. What advice would you give
To somebody who's still dealing with something from the past.
Right.
I always say my past made me who I am today. Everything that I went through as a young kid, everybody that knows my story, I talk a little bit about my story going back to Trino and Adam, remember?
Right,
when
yeah.
I opened up about having a kid and everything. I feel like my past has made me who I am today, because that made me more disciplined, more conscious, more aware, more setting limits and boundaries in my life, because where I come from, it's made me the person that I am. If it's something that I face, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna get over this.
So you don't live in regret?
I don't.
There are people that do, though. I hear it more often than I'd like to. Honestly, I think it goes back to gratitude and mindfulness, because everything I believe is meant to happen for a reason. So if you don't get the job that you applied for or whatever you were pursuing, if it didn't happen in that moment, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just meant for your path, for your journey.
Of course.
It's going to lead you to where you want to get to, as long as you keep that consistency and maintain that discipline to achieve the goal. It's not just going to happen one day. You have to actually put in the work. Putting in the work means dealing with rejection, dealing with all of these things.
Rejection is redirection, baby. Just because something rejected you or somebody closed the door on you, it's not for you. That just means that the universe's God is redirecting you to another path, honey, to another journey, to another way. That's it. You got to see it like that. Like you said, you can't be holding on to the past. Oh my gosh, I wish I should have gotten that job. If I did, I probably would have had a house right now. Who knows what would have happened? How do you know? That's what you wanted, but that's not what God wanted for you. That's not what the universe wanted for you. We're so caught up on what we want in life and how life should go, instead of just going with the flow of where life is going to take us. Right?
What do you think are some things that keep people stuck on a loop?
I feel like we have to reframe our thoughts. For instance, like you were saying, when somebody's like, oh my gosh, my last relationship didn't work, or man, I can't believe I went through a divorce. When you're so negative and when you are dwelling on that perspective, you are living it. You're not just living it, you're feeling it. You're feeling those emotions, because we are spiritual beings at the end of the day. We have feelings, we have emotions, we have our ups, our downs. Wherever there's a door in the front, there's a door in the back. You get what I'm saying? Wherever there's darkness, there's light. So there's always two divided things. There's a good and a bad, a God and an evil. So having those thoughts and reframing them each and every day, it's not going to be easy. It all goes down to your thought process.
Reframing the mind. One thing that I noticed, alcohol sets me back a lot. I don't drink all the time, but when I do, it was still setting me back. And I was looking at, like, what do I really want to do in my life? how am I going to get there? What are the things that I'm prioritizing now that are going to give me that joy later on? I think the quick fixes, the fast dopamine hits, it does kind of keep you in that mentality of not moving forward. I feel like you're kind of stuck in a loop. If you're doing the same repetitive thing, you're not growing and you're staying in that mentality that's in the past.
And that's when habits come in, right? Because we enable for us to change those old habits, we got to get rid of those old habits, right? To bring new ones in.
Yeah.
So like you said, you were drinking less or whatever, and you were changing, the way how you were doing things in the past. And those have to do with habits. Remember I told you I stopped eating bread and sugar? I noticed that my weight dropped. And I noticed that when I was eating sugar, it was always at night. I used to eat like a lot of ice cream, cookies.
Like the worst
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh, dude. Me and Adi will go to McDonald's, go buy those cookies in the tray, like the 15. Oh my God. Yeah, that was
You
my.
smash it up and put it in
Oh
the
my
ice
God.
cream.
Yes,
I do
dude.
that. I used to do
Dude,
that
it
too.
was bad. So we used to get the McDonald's cookies and put them with the ice cream. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, you know what? I have to stop this. This is all about habits.
Yeah, right,
So
right, yeah.
I was doing that. Remember how I was telling you I've been starting to read like the back of the ingredients, like on a lot of things?
Right, yeah.
So I heard someone say one day, the more that you read on the back of the ingredients and the harder it is to translate, then it's not good for you. But
Yeah,
if you're reading
yeah.
like 5 things like, okay, wheat, flour, oats, almonds, if it's simple, it's okay. So I stopped eating bread, dude. And when I did, my weight dropped, and I also noticed too that I wasn't getting allergies as much as I used to. So right when I started that, I got no allergies, dude. I was getting no allergies. My weight dropped. My skin started to clear up. My stomach wasn't getting bloated. I wasn't bloated a lot, and I wasn't gassy.
Yeah.
Because ice cream is not good for you.
Processed
what I mean?
ice cream. Once you master that discipline of seeing food in a different perspective, everything that you eat affects your brain,
The next
your
day.
hormones, everything.
Those are all habits. I noticed when I started changing those habits, I started to see a change in my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's not going to be easy, guys.
Remembering your why. Why are you doing this?
When you change your habits, that's also to you getting out of your comfort zone. And I come across a lot of people, they love being comfortable. For instance, they see me do something, oh my God, I want to do that. But when it's time for them to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and hustle for that, they don't want to get up. No, it's true.
It's true.
That's true facts right there. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They feel like it's all going to come to them. It's not.
How do you feel when somebody's like, yeah, let's go boxing tomorrow at 6 a.m. and then they flake?
That's
about
on
it?
them. I'm still going to be there.
You don't get mad at them or anything
No,
like that? Okay.
Because I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna wait for you because I don't know what's gonna happen 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna be living my best life, honey. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
When you're out there counseling on me.
I ask because there are people that get really offended and upset if you don't follow through with the plans. If you let somebody just continuously flake on you, that's
was gonna get
where
there
you're
right
get
now.
to the boundary part.
I
and
was
for
gonna
me,
get there.
I'm more of like, oh, okay, it's fine. I'm always used to feeling like, oh, I don't want to offend anybody because it didn't bother me. But then again, you do have to put your foot down for stuff
Definitely.
like that. So
Definitely. I was just gonna get there right now. But if you're seeing that person continuously doing something like that, then there's an issue. There's something that needs to have a limit. There's a boundary that needs to be taken place. I'll understand the first time. I'll probably understand the second time. Because it's life, things happen. But if it's gonna be like the third, then the fourth, no, I'm good. Also, too, that right there speaks a lot about the people that you hang around with. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Jim Rohn said, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the people that you spend the most time with, like I used to in the past, were all party people. So my life was all about partying. Remember? I used to always be at Flux. Oh, that's why you're laughing. See? He's laughing because it's true. I used to always be there like 4 days out of the week. I was like, Candy, When I noticed that I wasn't elevating in my life and I was just I was continuously doing the same thing with the same people, I was getting sick of it, dude. You know what I mean? Now my life right now, it consists of my hustle, my work, my tattooing. And when I tattoo at events, nightclubs anyway. So I'm already a part of the party. So that's already my party right there.
You're there.
That's it.
You're not missing out.
No.
And you're doing what you love
Oh,
while
yes.
elevating your life. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and there was a question that was asked. It was asked through Chat GBT.
I keep hearing about this Chat GBT.
You can ask it anything, and it will give you an answer. It'll give you everything.
That is so crazy.
So somebody asked, if you were the devil, how would you bring a girl down, make her feel like she's worthless?
They
So it
asked
asks-
ChatGPT this.
Yeah.
What did it
and
say?
It said, if I was the devil, I would make her feel very insecure. I would make her feel worthless by ruining her confidence. I would
Oh,
make her
that's just
feel like
pure
she's not
evilness right
sure of
there.
herself. Oh, it's giving me chills.
That's the lie.
actually.
I know that just feels
But-
devilish to me.
But
which it is.
When I was watching this video, listening to this podcast, I was like, that is something that you can think about. Insecurity. If you think about God and you pray, God gives you that confidence. God is that light, and He doesn't give you that feeling of unwantedness, feeling not confident. So I feel like there are a lot of evil things in the world that do influence people to feel you have to be dependent on something to feel good. An example,
Definitely.
alcohol. Something that's not good for them that they're going to do repetitively and stay in a loop. And I think there are a lot of things in this world that pull people and keep people trapped in things like that. What you were just bringing up about, you used to party and you were in that circle of always going out. You broke out of that and elevated to a place where you're actually doing your craft, tattooing, you're networking, you're getting yourself out there. But if you were to have stayed in that space with all those party people, you probably would have still been doing the same
Oh,
thing and not been where you're at
definitely.
now.
Definitely, honey. You know why? Because I still come across those people and they just, what's new in your life? What are you doing? What's exciting? Oh, nothing, just doing the same thing. And I'm not bashing on anybody. I'm
Right,
just saying, when you're so sucked into something that's not bringing you fulfillment and that happiness, true happiness, comes within yourself, you could see a dim in people, from the dim to the light.
Yeah.
And that's where I was. I just had a dim. I was just fulfilling myself with things that didn't really fulfill me. Yeah, they probably fulfilled me for like a couple seconds. I was in the moment, doing what I was doing, maybe a person was making me feel a certain way that I wanted to feel. But then when they left, when we had to go our separate ways, I was back to the same thing. So I knew that there was something greater for me. I knew that was something that I didn't want in my life, that God created me for something more. And God was just showing me things in my daily life that I was like, you know what? I got to make a change
Yeah.
because I'm not happy. I want to level up. I want the best in my life. I want to do something different than what I was brought up doing, or taught. And that's what I started doing, and
Nice. I
just
love
started
that.
doing my thing.
I would feel all of those things that Chat GBT described, how the devil would make you feel to grab you in and make you feel worthless.
Oh,
I would
just
feel
thinking
that sometimes. And now with my mentality of seeing things that aren't good for me, I see things as temptation in this world that's going to tempt me to get off track and to be stuck and to be pulled to somewhere I don't want to be. And I'm so unhappy when I'm pulled in something that I don't want to be in. I know my potential. I know my confidence now. I know what I'm capable of, all of that. And that goes a lot to my faith and praying and stuff. And I feel like if you have your spirituality and faith in whatever it is, if you have that positive reassurance, you can do anything.
Yeah, of course. Everything goes together. Working on forgiving ourselves, that's what's going to set us free. And once we set ourselves free, we're going to have a clear mind, a clear mentality, and a clear vision of where we want to go. And having that clear vision and knowing where we want to go and how we're going to go, I believe that it's always best to write it down. Because when you write something down and you have it planned and you see it and you manifest it and you believe in it and you work towards it, things really, truly happen. A lot of the things that have been happening in my life recently is because I have a manifestation book. and I have my affirmations, and I work towards those goals every day. And every day today, honey, I did not want to go to the gym. Oh my gosh, I had a late night yesterday doing a music video. I got home, I was jotting down my notes for today's podcast. It was amazing last night, but I was like, okay, now it's back to the grind the next day. You know, I got to stick to my schedule. I got to stick to what I said I was going to do and kill it and give it my best. I still got up. I made it to the gym and I was happy. I stayed disciplined. And you're not going to feel motivated every day. It's not about, oh, have that motivation. No, it's true, because being motivated is having a feeling. You're not going to feel that feeling every single day. And people always tell me, oh my God, you're so motivating. Yes, I am motivating. But the real thing is, the real butter to it is being disciplined, sticking to doing and saying what you were going to do. So if I say I'm going to do something, you best believe I'm going to do it, even if I feel like crap. And I still did it. And I still got here. We still got here on time, and we still did our podcast. So, man, changing your daily habits goes a long ways, especially, when you're forgiving yourself. Like I said, if you want to let go of the past, you have to really, really, truly forgive yourself and forgive the people that hurt you.
You have to let go of the pain and the hurt. Not forget, but forgive, so you could move forward. I feel like if you hold resentment and a grudge, it's heavy on you, and it could affect your daily life, moving forward, your next relationships, tapping in internally to heal your pain. That is going to help you elevate. When you throw out negativity, you're more likely to receive negativity in the universe. It's not easy to heal and to forgive, to get to that point, because you have to go through it. There's no way around it. You just have to go through.
Yep. And there's probably some people watching right now, and they're like, oh my gosh, how can I forgive that person that did this to me, or that took advantage of me, or that did this to my child? People that do the most heinous crimes, right? Yeah. How can you forgive someone like that? Like, that person should be in hell. Yeah, maybe that person should, but like you said, at the end of the day, you are living with frustration. You are depressed. You can't sleep. You have trauma. You're sad. What else do people go through that holds all this unforgiveness? There's so many things. Maybe you can't eat.
You start getting physically sick.
Sick.
All of that
mentally.
is real. That's real.
It's real stuff. And it just doesn't affect you, but it affects everybody around you. Because like they say, when mommy's not happy, the house is not happy. So if mommy's going through something, you best believe those kids are going to see what mommy's going through, right? Because it all starts in the household. Moving forward from the past and not looking back, you got to forgive, man. You have to. If I could forgive those people that did the worst to me, that took advantage of me and just did some crazy things to me when I was a kid, I mean, if I could forgive them and do the things that I'm doing now that God has blessed me with, and a lane that not just I created, but also that God opened up for me, anybody could do it. But it all starts with you. That's it. And you can't blame nobody.
The only way out is through.
Yes, you got to go through the storm. You have to. You know how when you're going down a road? Not
easy, but...
I was going through Arizona, right, one time with Ari. We were going from LA, and all of a sudden, it was pouring rain, honey, and thunder. When we were going towards Arizona, I couldn't see nothing in front of me. You think I could reverse and go back? Heck no. I couldn't reverse and go back. The only way to go through that storm was what? Forward. So the same thing in our life. We may not see it that clear when we're going through the road. We may not see, the next light. There might be fog. There might be hail. There might be thunder. But the best thing to do is to go forward and to go slow. You don't have to take a big step to go to the next step. You have to take little steps, little by little, to get to the next level, to get to your next destination. And when you are going through that road, just like when you're driving, you're not going 100 miles per hour, right? You're going slow, honey, 5 miles per hour through that storm. So the same thing in your life. If you're going to go through that storm in your life, you best believe you're going to take those little steps. You're not going to take a big leap. And that's just like the same thing with life, man. Going through that storm is going through life.
Exactly. I love that. I feel that. Yeah.
For real, man.
Yeah, you can't reverse, obviously.
Honey, I was like, Oh my God. Right when it started pouring, I was like, what the heck? I did not expect this, dude. Like, it was crazy. It was so foggy. We couldn't see nothing. I was in my Dodge. We couldn't even see the next car in front of us. And all I had to do was move forward and go slow as hell.
You can, yeah.
Yup. No matter what your guys' past has been like, anybody else's past, whatever they've been through, don't ever compare yourself to anybody, because comparison is a thief of joy. When you compare yourself to somebody, oh man, they're living a life better like me. Oh, I wish I was driving a car like me. Honey, you're already putting yourself down and your self-esteem down. And when you are comparing, you are already taking away your joy. You are already taking away your peace. You are already taking away the love that you could give to the world. And comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy, honey. So please do not compare yourself to other people and to their upbringings, because it could take away a lot of things from you that you're able to give to the world.
I believe when you start seeing everybody as their own unique self, it's beauty. You start to see the beauty in everything. Such a happy life when you see things like that. The perspective of this person is totally opposite from me, but I love their features from the inside out. And that's so beautiful to me.
Yeah, that's the life of possibilities.
It really is.
That life is a life full of possibilities. You know what I mean? But you have to be open to it.
Yeah,
you can't
be able to receive.
Yeah, you got to be able to receive. You got to be able to let that person open up to you. And it's there we go again to the past. There's people. Have you ever heard people say like, "Oh, F love"?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of
right.
A lot, yeah.
So, my opinion with that, I've been hurt so many times. I've had a lot of toxic relationships in my past, and even though I loved a person to a certain extent, and even though things didn't work out the way that I thought that they were gonna work out, I'm not gonna say F love. I truly believe in love. They probably weren't the right person for me. It probably wasn't the right time. And it's okay. Yes, it's gonna hurt in the beginning. It's gonna suck. You're gonna go through your ugly cries, and oh my God, I thought this was my person. But
that's the best time to start a new
right?
habit and a goal that's going to get you to where you want to get to. Though.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like when you're in that heartbreak stage, that's like the best time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So when I went through my heartbreak stage, oh honey, I was bringing things out of me that, I didn't even know that I had, honey. I went full throttle. I was like, okay, like I'm going to do me. I'm going to go full force. I'm not going to let anything stop me. And I just went forward and you can't have those things holding you back. For what? Mm-hmm. Why? What? It's not the end of the world. I've been through so much stuff in my life. Everything's going to be okay.
You learn from those experiences too. You learn from the relationship that didn't work out. What is something you want in your next partner?
Yes.
The qualities that you don't want to put up with anymore to the next relationship. So it's a beautiful thing. I feel as we age and go through life and the experience, you learn what you like and what you don't like and what you can tolerate.
And I'm going to tell you something. When you learn those things, the things that you don't like, write them down. Write them down. Manifest your future man. Manifest your future wife. Because I'm going to tell you something. Manifestation works. I am not lying. It does. You manifest it. You put those affirmations down. You say it. You believe it. You have faith. When you're not realizing and expecting it, it's going to come to you. And I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about anything. Anything you want, you can have.
And some people may say, how do you manifest? The way you manifest is, it starts with a thought. It starts with a feeling. But with that feeling, you have to bring forward and actually physically feel it, believe it. It's beyond your vision. It's in your body. It's what you exude. That is the true manifestation, I believe.
It can sound crazy. Like, you could
fine.
be up in your kitchen cooking. Ooh, yes, my future wife. She's going to be, have her own business. Like, you start naming those things and proclaiming it and you start speaking it like you're crazy. It's going to happen.
It happens.
It's going to happen. You know what I mean?
That was an amazing conversation. Thank you for opening up. And like I say all the time, every time you share, that just exudes out to me and it helps me personally. So it's so exciting to put this episode out there because my vision for this is that it helps somebody.
For sure it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will keep seeing us, honey, you know, and hit up our TikTok, all right? Flowing in the truth, all right? Do not miss out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon, all right?
Thank you, everybody.
Peace. Dude, this was good. A functional beverage for modern rituals. Ah! Okay.
It's cool, right?
I like drinks like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
A functional beverage for modern rituals.
Ooh,
It's so
for
good.
my modern rituals.